Who's the lemon pepper stepper?
Not the lemon
and he
pepper
gave me a nickname called the Percolator.
Well, I like that. I like that nickname. Let's talk about this Lakers-Rockets game, though. As we mentioned, no KD for Houston, but no Luka or Reeves for LA. So LeBron and company, what you going to do in Game 1? Up ahead. How about that? 41 years, 109 days old. LeBron is the oldest player with 10-plus assists in a playoff game in NBA history. Lakers had a 2-point lead at the break. But even beyond that, Perk, LeBron is still getting it done in so many ways.
And look, this is unacceptable, though, if you're the Houston Rockets. Come on, we call that daddy ball. That's what I do to my sons in the driveway. Here you go again. 5 or 6 dribbles right here, no help whatsoever. This is what he does at 41 years old.
So the Lakers were up 75-66 going to the fourth quarter, and then LeBron's like, you know what, enough of that daddy ball. I'm going to step from here, count it up, 28 feet, that's deep. Lakers up 13, but Luke Kennard, he was going off.
And he was not on my bingo card to have 27 points tonight. I mean, you talk about trust. J.J. Redick got the max out of him tonight.
Game high 27, but then LeBron. Okay, no, look, ain't nothing you can do about that. I don't care who you are.
Well, you know he's left-handed though.
Well, okay, fine.
Okay.
That's sure, Perk. He's left-handed. That wasn't left-handed, but that was still silk from the baseline, pulling away. Lakers go big. LeBron goes for 19 and 13, and J.J. Redick and company, they got a 1-0 series lead.
We understood the situation that we're going to be in, and we understand how basically how our demographic of offensively, how we're going to play had to completely change. So we spent a lot of time with this week, the week leading up to this game, honing in on what we need to do offensively, because it's just a different style of how we play now. You know, when you're missing so much. I mean, that was on the floor with my son, like in a playoff game. That's probably the craziest thing that's ever happened to me in my career. It was just so cool to be out there with him and his brother and sister and his mom in the building and his grandma. You know, like, that's just insane. You know, like, my mom get to watch her son and her grandson during the playoffs. That's crazy.
Well, look, somewhat of a struggle for LeBron in the first round in recent years since winning that title in the bubble. He's 1-3 in the first round after starting his playoff career 14-0 in the opening round, but a Game 1 win is a good start to turning that around, obviously. All right, Perk, so look, we mentioned no KD for the Rockets. Lakers take advantage, but how did LA really control Game 1?
One team was prepared and the other team wasn't.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we are talking about the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James. The Lakers beat the Houston Rockets in Game 1. Kevin Durant did not play for the Rockets. Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves did not play for the Lakers. And LeBron James, at 41 years old, put on a show. He had 19 points and 13 assists. He became the oldest player with 10-plus assists in a playoff game in NBA history. And Kendrick Perkins has a message for Stephen A. Smith. The GOAT conversation is over. LeBron is the undisputed greatest of all time. Let me break it down. The game was never really in doubt. The Lakers were up 75-66 going into the fourth quarter. LeBron hit a deep three from 28 feet. Luke Kennard had a game-high 27 points. LeBron was playing daddy ball, as Perk called it. He was backing down defenders, hitting silky smooth baseline jumpers, and controlling the entire game. After the game, LeBron was asked about playing with his son Bronny in a playoff game. He said it was probably the craziest thing that has ever happened to him in his career. He said, "That was on the floor with my son in a playoff game. It's just so cool to be out there with him. My mom gets to watch her son and her grandson during the playoffs. That's insane." The analysts then discussed how the Lakers controlled Game 1. Perk said one team was prepared and the other team was not. J.J. Redick outcoached Udoka. His game plan was in full effect. The Lakers looked like a team that had been in the film room, on the floor, studying what they were going to do offensively and defensively. LeBron set the tone with double-digit assists early in the game. 3 or 4 of them were to DeAndre Ayton to build his confidence up. Defensively, they stuck to their principles. They knew the Rockets are one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the league. So, they packed the paint and bet that the Rockets could not knock down outside shots. They valued the basketball, did not turn it over, so the Rockets could not get in transition. Then the host brought up that the Lakers were one of the biggest underdogs to start the playoffs, with only a 15% chance of winning the series. Perk then made his case. He said, no Luka Doncic, no Austin Reeves. If a 41-year-old LeBron James in the head-to-head matchup with Kevin Durant comes out and pulls off this victory, comes out victorious in this series, I don't want to hear a damn thing anymore about the GOAT conversation. The GOAT conversation will be officially over. I don't want to hear from Stephen A. I don't want to hear from my brother Michael Wilbon. I don't want to hear none of that. If a 41-year-old LeBron James comes out and leads this Laker team to a first-round victory being a heavy underdog, I don't want to hear anything about the GOAT conversation. When you look at the roster that he has, Jake LaRavia, Bronny, Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton against this Houston Rockets team in the head-to-head with Kevin Durant, he has everything to gain in this series at the age of 41 years old. Everything. Stephen A. fired back. He said he would give LeBron the GOAT of longevity. Nobody has been this great for this long in the history of professional sports. But LeBron at his best against Michael Jordan at his best? Just stop it. He said a first-round series victory over the Houston Rockets is not going to alleviate that narrative. He told Perk to watch his mouth and to mind his manners when it comes to the great Michael Wilbon. But Stephen A. then shifted the focus to Kevin Durant. He pointed out that Durant is 7-17 in his last 24 playoff games. He said, what has he done since he departed from Brooklyn? It's been years since Kevin Durant has been relevant in the postseason. The only time he got out of the first round was when Kawhi Leonard got hurt. The Phoenix Suns are better after shipping him out of the city this past offseason. Think about that for a second. He said that if Kevin Durant loses this series to a depleted Lakers squad led by a 41-year-old LeBron James, it would look very bad. Perk then said that Kevin Durant is not a top 10 player of all time. He said he is top 15 or top 20. Stephen A. disagreed. He said, what is it that Larry Bird can do that Kevin Durant can't? You tell me that. Stephen A. argued that Larry Bird had Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, Danny Ainge, and Dennis Johnson. He said, what did Larry Bird carry? He was phenomenal and great, but what did he carry? Perk said that Larry Bird carried his team. Stephen A. said, Larry Bird had Parrish and McHale and Ainge and Dennis Johnson. What are you talking about? Perk then doubled down on his GOAT argument. He said that LeBron has an opportunity in front of him right now. Going into this playoff series against the Rockets with a 15% chance of winning, that means no one is really giving them a shot. At the age of 41 in year 23, if he can elevate this team, this roster without Luka and Austin Reeves, he does not want to hear any more GOAT conversation. He said one could argue that if he wins this series, it would rank right under the 3-1 finals comeback against the Golden State Warriors. Stephen A. called that utterly ridiculous. He said, first of all, sit up in your chair. Don't lean back like that. You ain't lounging at the cigar lounge. Sit up in that damn chair. That's number one. Number two, you're not going to do that. The Houston Rockets have been maligned all year long for fourth-quarter collapses, being devoid of a point guard, not producing in clutch time. So, we're not going to act like if LeBron pulls this off that, oh my God, some miracle happened. That puts him, that elevates him to GOAT status because of a series victory over the Houston Rockets. We are not doing that. That's not happening. You got to do more than that. Now, if you said to me if LeBron wins the championship this year, now that's a different animal altogether. Luka does not come back. Austin Reeves does not come back. One or the other, if not both. And LeBron carries the Los Angeles Lakers to a championship this year. Well, then we are having a different conversation. And I would respect it. Still wouldn't agree with him over Michael Jordan because I saw it with my own two eyes. You're a young puppy, despite how big your ass is. You're a young puppy, so you might not know no better. I know what I saw. So, the debate is far from over. Perk is ready to hand the crown to LeBron if he wins this series. Stephen A. says a first-round win over the Rockets is not enough. He needs to win the whole thing. And Kevin Durant is the one with everything to lose. The Rockets were supposed to be the favorites. The Lakers were supposed to be dead in the water. But after Game 1, the Lakers have life. And LeBron James is reminding everyone why he is in the GOAT conversation. So here is my question to you in the comments. Is LeBron the undisputed GOAT if he beats the Rockets without Luka and Reeves? And will Kevin Durant's legacy take a hit if he loses the series? Let me know. I read every single comment. As always, like, subscribe, hit that bell. We are building something special here. I will see you in the next one.